You're watching NBC 7 News at 4.
Well, potholes, piles of trash, scooters, graffiti, those are just some of the eyesores that can really impact the quality of life here in San Diego.
You're right. And an NBC 7 investigation shows we're complaining about them more than before. NBC 7 investigative reporter Alexis Rivas has more on how often residents are reporting these nuisances and what kinds of problems are most common.
This is the city's Get It Done app. It's how the city wants you to report complaints to 311. Turns out every complaint reported is published online. So NBC 7 Investigates sifted through hundreds of thousands of reports to find out what's bothering you the most.
The most notable observation is the number of complaints.
Higher, warmer weather on the way. That takes the coast to the low 80s, takes the inland valleys to the mid 90s, takes the mountains to about 90 again, and the deserts back into the low 100s. That is your warm up, your dry out, and increased fire weather next week. This weekend, beautiful. Plan whatever you want to plan outdoors. Just keep in mind we're still in moderate drought, but it's going to be really nice.
On the news at 5 ahead, an FDA advisory panel overwhelmingly rejects a plan to give COVID-19 booster shots to most Americans. It's a blow to the Biden administration's efforts to get booster shots for everyone, but the panel did allow 2 groups of people to get the extra doses. We'll talk about it.
Plus, another immediate challenge facing the Biden administration as it tries to manage the many migrants already seeking asylum in the U.S. Thousands of immigrants or migrants have suddenly converged around a bridge in a small Texas town.
Plus, a moment of silence and emotional remembrance at Naval Base San Diego to honor the U.S. service members killed recently in service.
NBC 7 News at 5 starts now.
On a Friday afternoon, good afternoon. Nice to have you here on a busy news day. I'm Mark Mullen.
And I'm Dana Griffin in for Monica Dean.
Well, there was a potential roadblock today in the White House plan to roll out COVID booster shots for most Americans. An FDA advisory panel recommended that for now, only smaller, higher risk groups be targeted, not the general population. NBC's Sarah Dalla begins our coverage.
The back and forth on boosters.
They say their top priority is to preserve the store's charm and personal service.
Well, still ahead, the rapidly advancing technology that could drastically reduce the cost of space travel. An inside look at how it could change the entire industry.
Up every year. That story is coming up on Nightly News.
And coming up on NBC 7 News at 6, a former student is suing one of the most well-known private schools in San Diego and multiple employees over sexual assault claims. Plus, potholes, trash, and scooters, just some of the issues locals are complaining about more than ever before. NBC 7 investigates the most common problems.
That does it for us. Thanks so much for watching. NBC Nightly News is coming up next.
Have a good one.
Closed captioning on NBC 7 is sponsored locally by Visit California. California, dream big.
Join NBC 7 and Barron's Markets for this year's Fall Food Drive benefiting the Jacobs and Cushman San Diego Food Bank. Please donate at your local Barron's Market or online at sandiegofoodbank.org. Thank you for helping the food bank feed families in need.
Stay informed, get answers. Download the NBC 7 app now.
Do you feel like the bad guy in this? Why should they believe you when they know that people are getting in? Has it been worth it to make this trip?
Do you feel like you're giving a green light to politicians? How do you explain why your case has become so important?
Matt Amodio with 22 consecutive wins and over $750,000. Is he unstoppable?
10,600.
Next Jeopardy.
Tonight at 7:30 on NBC 7 San Diego. NBC 7's First Alert Weather is San Diego's most accurate forecast.
It's premiere week on Wheel.
You look familiar to me.
Do you recognize this child actor all grown up?
Because you had no beard then.
No beard then. Find out Jim's claim to fame next Wheel.
Tonight at 7 on NBC 7 San Diego.
When a beautiful day turns to something less than perfect,
you depend on accuracy
to stay prepared and plan ahead.
With our expertise and the power of our own Doppler,
we show you exactly what to expect in your neighborhood. Take taking a look at your First Alert 10-day forecast.
Count on First Alert Weather to deliver the certified most accurate forecast.
En 2 idiomas.
NBC7's First Alert Weather is coverage you count on.
Weather on NBC7 is sponsored locally by Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air.
Listen up, everyone. It's BOGO season. Buy the AC and get the heater for free. Our team of expert design consultants will help you find the perfect heating and cooling solution for your home. Our BOGO sale on Anderson brand heaters and air conditioners means you save big. These systems are American-made with lifetime warranties. So if it's time for you to replace your system or add AC, we're here for you. We're Anderson Plumbing, Heating and Air, and nobody wows clients like we do.
Only one team in San Diego is certified most accurate. NBC7's First Alert Weather. What does that mean for you?
Knowing exactly when the marine layer will come in.
And when seconds matter, we keep you ahead of fire danger.
First Alert Weather is coverage you count on.
Make NBC7 part of your morning routine.
It's all the news you need to stay connected to your community.
And wake up with San Diego's most accurate forecast to plan your day. NBC7 is coverage you count on.
Adopt, donate, and find your forever friend during Clear the Shelters. NBC7 News at 6 starts now.
Welcome to the news. Good to have you here. I'm Mark Mullen.
I'm Catherine Garcia. Well, an FDA panel has recommended authorizing Pfizer booster shots for people 65 and older or at high risk for severe COVID, but it also recommended against boosters for the general public.
And while full FDA approval is still needed, the recommendations against boosters for everyone could put the agency at odds with the Biden administration's hopes for a third shot for everyone. NBC7's Priya Sridhar begins our coverage.
We've been waiting for word on booster shots for many weeks now. The Biden administration wanted to start making them available to all Americans starting on September 20th, but the FDA Advisory Committee said not so fast.
After hours of deliberation, the FDA
number jumped to more than 23,000. We've got that and a lot more from our analysis online at NBC7.com. Just click on investigations. In downtown, I'm Alexis Rivas for NBC7 Investigates.
We did reach out to the city. They told us they would send a statement for our story, but we have not received it yet.
Well, certainly August was a tragic month for U.S. service members, especially this local community. First, the Afghanistan airport attack, then a Navy helicopter crashes off our coast. The moment of silence and memories held today here in San Diego.
There is an unprecedented humanitarian crisis at the Texas border. How the U.S. plans to handle the thousands of migrants sleeping under an international bridge.
You're watching NBC7 News at 6.
In Washington today, security is high around the U.S. Capitol before tomorrow's far-right rally in support of those people who were arrested storming the Capitol on January the 6th.
And while this rally isn't expected to be very large, at least by Washington standards, it is the first large-scale security test since that Capitol siege. And officials say they're ready. NBC's Alice Barr has more.
The U.S. Capitol today has...
They say they want to preserve the charm, which is the most important thing, and I think they clearly are doing that. Nice vibe.
Very cool.
Good stuff.
Well, coming up here, if you have a kid headed off to college or maybe just you need some tips to make laundry less of a chore, our consumer Bob is your guy. He's got some ideas.
Oh, yeah, and I'll be back, too. Just a few. We're going to take a look at what's in store for us this weekend. And then, of course, next week, it's a different story for you next week, something we haven't seen in a while. I'll be back in just a few moments with that.
Of this series with Cardinals insider Katie Wu.
Thanks so much for watching. Wheel of Fortune is coming up next.
See you at 11.